It is the return of the same story with some differences. Spawn of the Slime Beast, the 2015 novel by Guy N. Smith. 40 years later, and the story continues. The plot. Liz comes up with the great idea to go back to the wash in order to celebrate her and her husband, Gavin's, anniversary of that night. Not in the respect for the incident sort of way, but in a celebration of life, as their daughter Amy was conceived in the very shack their parents stayed in all those years ago. Too bad, in the 90s another slime beast was born, and a farmer, along with his 2 kids, noticed it. Now said farmer and Gavin must spend the short length of the story hunting down the spawn of the slime beast. So it's pretty much the same as the first novel, except we get different reasons for going to the wash and marshland. Don't get me wrong, it's a great idea to have our characters returning, even though it'd be out of character for Liz to suggest such an idea as to return to the site of such horror. However, Liz, Amy, and Tim have very limited page time. Most of the story focuses on Gavin and Mr. Bromley, the farmer who first sees the slime beast, and whose name is Brian. This is pretty much cut and paste the first, with the creature hunting down the people and feasting on their innards. Although he is being hunted extensively the whole time, it still felt like the first book. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't make for a crappy book. There is still plenty to like as well as dislike. The characters, while not well developed at all, are distinguishable and given characteristics. Tim is a self-righteous, entitled, and instigating piece of shit. He's in the first quarter or so of the book and then disappears. He should have been eaten, but I digress. Maybe a part 3? Look at Eaton. Guy, come on. We can see the character's point of view on Tim, and it makes them more relatable, because who would want to be around someone like that? People just like him? Maybe. I liked that we got to know a lot about each victim that would be stalked and either killed or escape. There's a good 2 or 3 pages of backstory, which makes it feel more down to earth, and you have sympathy for the victims. Yet again, Guy N. Smith's writing is spot on. His vivid descriptions of the marshland and salt beds bring a very naturalistic feeling. Strong odors emit from the beast. That hasn't been forgotten. Smith writes it in a way that'll make your eyes water and your lips sneer. There's even mention of giant crabs that I wasn't expecting and wish they had a bigger role in the book, other than to just be images in the newspaper. Maybe there'll be a crossover someday. This book is only a little over 100 pages. In fact, I think it's a few pages shorter than the first book, in that it is understandable why so much development was tossed aside. I don't know why it is so short, though. Smith isn't one to shy away from longer books. The gore! For such a short book, there's plenty of carnage. I think there's 8 to 10 kills in the book, and they are brutal. Innards are ripped out and eaten, faces and throats are slashed. A gum backfires in someone's face, leaving a bloody stump where their head once was. It's always fun reading Guy N. Smith's gore sequences, even if sometimes they are a bit repetitive. I think this book could have been better, but it wasn't awful. Even though I made it seem so, it is not all copy and paste. There's enough differences here to keep it interesting. Was a sequel to The Slime Beast necessary? 40 years later, I'd say if people are clamoring for more, then give it to them. Just don't expect a grand masterpiece. Remember, this is pulpy horror at its core. Damn fine pulpy horror. Overall, I give Spawn of the Slime Beast a 2.5 out of 5. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, leave comments, and subscribe.